Okay, funny story. My wife was listening to my podcast the other day. Yes, she does that. And she said, "What's this thing called Whatnot you keep talking about on your podcast? Are you shopping without me?" Yes, I am. I'm cheating on you. It's called Whatnot. It's live shopping with chat, and it's a lot of fun. Look, I coach a lot of people online. I coach people to make money online. Most don't know how to do it. And I have been telling a few lately to go to Whatnot, see what they're doing, and give it a try. If you're a Whatnot seller, you really shine, and your people find you. And that's a big deal because if you're selling online, they need to find you for you to make money, right? And then they become repeat customers because they see your face, not just your logo. Whatnot is the largest dedicated live shopping platform, whether it's beauty, it's collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies. Yep, cookies. Sellers are building real thriving businesses. Anyone can do it too. Some people on Whatnot are selling, get this, 10 times as much as they do on other major marketplaces. And you don't know this, but Whatnot buyers spend more than an hour on the app every day. They're not browsing. That's why they call them buyers. They're buying your stuff. So here's how it works. You go live, you showcase your products, and you earn real income. Search Whatnot, WHATNOT, in the App Store, download, and you can start selling right away. So I've been talking about the glasses I ordered from Zenni Optical, my sponsor. Now, I've never ordered glasses online before. I didn't trust it, to be honest. But mine had a scratch, and Zenni was my sponsor, so I kind of sort of had to do it, right? I mean, I can't tell you about it if I haven't done it. So my previous thinking was, prices are too cheap. These can't be good. I'm not going to like them. I'm picky. I take that back. Mine costs about $70, and I can't tell the difference from the $500 pair I purchased 2 months ago. By the way, my wife likes them too. She said they look good on your face, and I want some too. And at about $70 or less, I can buy them. I am surprised, and I'm a customer. Zenni Optical has prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, all starting at under $30. Go to Zenni.com, pick a frame, upload your prescription. They'll ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And Zenni has that virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frames look on your face, and that is very cool and confidence building. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now it's time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out pretty quick, so don't sit on this. Go to ZENNI.com/podcast, promo code podcast15.
Never give up, fighting till the end, gotta get back up. No time for loss, fighting till the end no matter what the cost. Keep moving, gotta get back up, what? Keep moving, gotta get back up. Keep moving, gotta get back up, what? Keep moving, gotta get back up.
How are you? Happy Monday. Come on in. How's your weekend? Was it awesome? I might have been seen at a car dealership doing some new car shopping this weekend. You didn't see me there, hanging around at the all day. I was just talking. I was just talking to the guys. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. So today we're talking creativity. Creativity in my world is, say you want to be an influencer, you want to be a YouTuber, you want to do a podcast or write a blog or make some extra money to fund your passion, as I like to say. Well, I'll tell you how to do that, but also we're going to give you some ideas how you can use creativity on demand to figure out your life. When you don't know what to do, when you're being you and you feel blocked, this will do the same thing. We're going to open you up, okay? It's going to be awesome. So hang on for the ride as we get into some creativity today. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. By the way, thanks for joining me last week for my presentation I did. It was awesome on Face Your Passion. We're going to do it again. Although this one entirely different. This is going to be a whole different thing. If you missed last week, then it's in replay. You can go see it. But if you were there, you want to see this one. Here's what we're going to do. Because people ask me all the time, they say, Scott, what exactly is Face Your Passion? I'll tell you about that in a second here. But they asked me it. So I said, well, here's what I should do. I should actually do a presentation where I spend about 10 or 12, maybe 15 minutes max, because I tend to get talking. Explain it top to bottom, what we're actually doing with that program. And then take the rest of my time, 30 or 40 minutes, and talk to you and answer questions from you about all kinds of stuff in life and apply some of the principles to that. It's going to be awesome. So if you'd like to do that, if you'd like to come over and join me, just go to faceyourpassion.com and get registered. And I will see you on Thursday. And by the way, what is it? Come here real close. This is cool. I'm going to acknowledge something here for you. Whether you ever want to join me in Face Your Passion or not, it doesn't matter. I want you to acknowledge something right now. That when you decide to go from an ordinary life, the life you're living today, to something that may be extraordinary or at least different. The reason you probably listen to a podcast like this, to get inspired, to get some ideas, to go after it. When you decide to do that, have you noticed how excited it can make you if you really believe it's true and you could do that? Yeah. But have you also noticed how scary it can be? Yeah, it's real scary. It'll stop you. and maybe has stopped you most of your life. So what we do, Face Your Passion, is basically summoning the courage to face your passion, to build a bridge from where you are now to where you want to go. There's an entire movement of people. We're building it very, very quickly. They're building a bridge. We call them bridge builders. And that's what they're doing. They're literally saying, that's it. I'm tired of waiting. I'm going to go do it. Can you help me? Let's go do it together. And that's what we do. Is it time for you? Go to faceyourpassion.com and let's talk about it on the show together. Monday, homework assignment. How's your life going? Ask yourself, how's my life going? Here's the thing. If you stand in front of a mirror and look yourself in the mirror and say, how's my life going? And then wait for the answer to arrive, what would it be? Think about that for a second right now. If you ask yourself that question, looking in the mirror, staring into your eyes, what would the answer be? Would it be great? And would you be honest about that? Would it be terrible? Would you be honest about that? It's that moment in time when you look in the mirror, or at least sit back and close your eyes and ask the question, how's my life going? And be willing to take the answer, that everything changes. So it's really simple stuff to do. When the show's done today, take about 30 seconds, 60 seconds if you're the advanced high achiever I know you are, and ask yourself that one question. How's my life going? It's really important. Let's talk creativity. Uncovering creativity. So like I said at the beginning of the show, this is useful for anybody who wants to do something creative, like be a YouTuber, be an influencer, be a podcaster, write a blog, whatever. We've never lived in a better time to take your personal talents and creativity, and you actually can fund your passion, as I like to say, literally make money to do whatever you want to do, and you can do it using your own creativity. Never been a better time to do that. Now, I've done this a lot over the years, pretty much all I've done since I was 16 years old. Only thing I know how to do, really. 12,000 plus podcasts. There was a time when I did 3 podcasts a week and 1 on the weekend, but I did 3 shows. So I did 16 shows a week. Takes some serious creativity to do that. So everything I ever talk about starts with a written word. That's kind of a rule of creativity. It starts with a written word. Really? Is that true? Does it really start with a written word? Well, in my case, not really. It doesn't. It starts with the mouth word. It starts with the vocal brainstorming. I'll tell you one of the ways I do that, but it starts with that all the time. In fact, most of the time when I'm going to write something, I'll sit down and bullet point it and then just kind of riff it out and then transcribe that, and that becomes the written word that I work on. That's an idea right there you can use. So most of the time, it will blow out of my mouth after floating around in my brain, and then eventually it gets to the page. So if you're looking for, excuse me, that's the problem I've been having there. If you're looking for inspiration, I'm going to give you the best I don't know how to do right now. Let me set up the scientific basis for this before we go on. First off, if you are sitting down needing to get creative, whether it's your job or your life or your passion, whatever it happens to be, and you're going to sit down in front of a blank screen, or you're going to procrastinate and you are just blocked and you can't move forward. If you're trying to do that, we have to have a change. Now, I recognize that's going to happen, which is why I usually won't do that. I will not sit down to be creative. I say, honey, I got to go for a ride. Now, the ride could be in my truck, maybe my truck. The ride could be on my motorcycle. Yeah, it's still there. The ride could be just about anywhere. The point is, we need to slip into our default mode network. Because when you sit down to focus on something and you're tightly focused, believe it or not, a very small part of your brain is actually used to focus. It's the executive center of your brain, right? You get your forehead, right? Well, I don't know if it's your forehead, the frontal lobe, right? So it's a very small place, and focus can only focus very tightly on one thing. Your default mode network, which is what scientists call it exactly, is the rest of your brain thinking about stuff. That's the brain essentially when you're daydreaming, driving down the highway, just think about stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I remember to do this. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do this. That's that brain. It uses so much more of the brain than your focused brain does. That's why you get blocked sometimes trying to focus. So I don't want you to focus. Great, Scott. You just told me not to focus. Thank you. Well, you know what I mean. So here's what I would do if I were you. If you want to wrap your head around an idea, I would sit around and say, okay, so what do I want to think about here? Is my job? Is it my relationship? Is it my passion? Is it travel? What is it? I don't know what it is, Scott. I have no idea. But close enough to get started. And then get out of Dodge. Just take a drive. Don't do anything fancy. Don't go play baseball or softball. Just highway hypnosis. That's all. And when you're out driving around, start thinking about what you're thinking about. And as those thoughts come to you, you want to remember them. Now, personally for me, sometimes I'll actually start dictating. I use my Apple Watch. I've got my recorder on there. I'll start dictating, capture the idea. Sometimes I'll just save it. Sometimes I'll write a note, which is hard to do while you're driving. In any case, I'm going to try to capture it. So the first thing is to get in default mode with a couple of gems of ideas you want to work on. Then relax a little bit, let the ideas flow, and capture those ideas in whatever way absolutely possible that you can. So tuck them away someplace. And then say, okay, well, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I'm going to sit down and be creative. I want to sit down and work on my life, or work on my hobbies, or work on my passion, or work on my YouTube channel, whatever it is. I'm going to do that on Thursday. That's when I'm going to do it. When you sit down, go to your list of ideas that you dictated or tucked away from that drive you took, and watch what happens. Watch how suddenly you'll take off running just like that. Now, usually I let it marinate a couple of days. I've been very known to capture ideas for months and months and months until I'm ready to sit down and do something with it. But I will tell you, it's it just never fails me. And it'll never fail you either if you do that. And I really want to make a point here at the end of this program. Working with so many people that are trying to elevate their life from where it is now to where they want to go. And they don't have the answer. They're confused. Clarity, yeah, they don't have that. They don't even have an idea where to start. Is that you? A lot of people. I'm that way half the time. I got to work it out. And I will tell you, if you have at least a little bit of an inkling, even it's just that, man, I just kind of wish I could do this. If you will get away, take a walk, take a bike ride, jump in your car by yourself, by the way, and just let it ponder and jump around your brain for a little bit. You'd be surprised what magic happens. But you got to capture it. You got to capture it. And next time, when you're ready to sit down and make some decisions and get some clarity and crank out some creativity, instead of fearfully going after it, thinking you're going to get blocked again and putting it off and procrastinating because it's going to be so difficult to do, you're going to have a treasure trove of ideas sitting there waiting. And all you have to do is kind of jump back in. And the minute you do, your mind's going to take you where you were when you got those ideas. And you'll be very surprised what happens. I know this is not exactly what you might expect on a Monday Daily Boost, but I can tell you from all the coaching that I do, it's this kind of thing that you actually need to do to break free, to get wherever you want to go from wherever you are today. Go to faceyourpassion.com if you want to join me this Thursday. I'd love to see you there.
Keep moving.